Cigarette after cigarette mark the memories of a siege by Serb forces of the Bosniak town of Gorazde, undefended but for a hastily formed army of civilians.
This is you here?
The prospect of renewed conflict as political tensions rise is not something this old soldier is willing to contemplate.
I'm not a pessimist. I don't think there will be fighting. We've had enough fighting. And personally, I count on people who remember the war and that reason will prevail.
Better memories are drawn in crayon by grandchildren growing up in peacetime, thanks to the 1995 Dayton Peace Agreement that continues to hold.
We accepted Dayton, although it was clear that this was in a way a reward for the aggressor. But we wanted to preserve Bosnia and Herzegovina within its borders and to end the fighting.
A pencil line on a wartime map shows what the Dayton Accords achieved. Separate entities for Bosnian Serbs on one side, Bosniaks and Croats on the other, united under shared institutions and with international oversight.
It was a line intended to knit wartime enemies together under a new state. Instead, politicians have sought to exploit it as a border, entrenching division.
The Bosnian Serb leader Milorad Dodik faces a prison term for undermining the constitution, and some fear he's intent on secession, reviving the idea of a greater Serbia that sowed the seeds for war in the first place. But most Bosnian Serbs we spoke to disagree with him, though few would say so on camera.
Maybe it is too much for me to speak on behalf of my entire people, but I will say this. We want peace. We want a functional and stable Bosnia and Herzegovina as it is now, and no one wants to tear it apart.
The complex system of government since the war remains, in other words, the only blueprint for peace. Jonah, Al Jazeera in eastern Bosnia.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.